Hello, good afternoon everyone and welcome to this particular video. This video is a technical analysis of the ALPH USDT token on gate.io platform. Okay, if you're not used to technical analysis, all you might be seeing on the screen might be so strange. You're seeing red and green candles, but I'll take my time to explain everything you need to know on the 1 hours, 4 hours, daily and weekly time frames. So without further ado, let's head into the video. Okay, currently we can see the market sentiment. We had a support build up around here, around this particular point. We had a support that was built there. When you're trading charts like 1 hour, below 1 hour, I call everything below 1 hour noise. From 1 hour and below, you're actually trading the noise. There are some particular traders called scalpers that are very good at it, at trading the noise, scalpers, but I prefer much more calculated and high probabilistic trades. Okay. So and you get that from daily chart and above. That's why so many hedge institutions, foreign exchange companies, banks, they all make use of daily charts as their standard. Okay, time frame. So when you look at this chart, you can see how the price has been moving sporadically. Currently, at this particular point I'm pointing, we had a shooting star, a market decline here. We had so many um, candles settle at this point. So a support was built up here. Okay, so at support was built up at 0.0113. Okay, so it kept testing it, and we can see it tested it here, it was tested here. This support has been tested so many times, but currently the price sits at 0.0376. After this doji, we had this doji here, we had another doji, we had a bearish signal, then we had a decline. Nothing really much to explain here, just that the market is moving on a downward trend. When you look at the moving averages, you can see that the 5 moving average is below the 30 moving average and the 10 moving average, showing a downward trend. Okay, so let's head to a 54 hours chart for a much more realistic analysis. In the 4 hours chart, each candle represents 4 hours. Okay, which means 4 times 6 is 24. So in a day, we're expected to have 6 candles in a day. Okay, if one candle is 4 hours, so we have much more realistic trades. Okay, so within the last 24 hours, the market has been able to trade from this point to this point, symbolizing a downward trend. Let me draw the trend line. It's a downward trend. Okay, so if we look at this analysis here, we can see that at this point the price declined, went up, came down. We had a very busy day here. Busy 4 hours. The price got to this point to 0.01 at this point and declined sharply to 0.0376. Okay, so again we had something similar happen at this particular point. So we're just having the market moving in this range of 0.04267 and 0.03764. Okay, the market has been hovering around this range, so we'll have a very, very, very powerful support at this point here. Okay, 0.0304. So you have the support there. You can see that the market was tested then tested again. The market has been testing that particular point. Okay, so it shows you that the chart does not lie. The chart does not lie. I particularly prefer being a technical analyst and a fundamental analysis for fundamental analysis, because the news all play into the trend. Okay, so let's head to the daily chart where we can now carry out our Fibonacci retracement analysis. So looking at the daily chart, we can see that we have less noise and a much more probabilistic trade. We can see that in this particular day we had a bullish candle symbolizing that the market has been in an upward trend, but we had a bearish candle here forming a bearish engulfing pattern before we had a confirmation on this particular day, which led to this particular price slump. Okay, so if we're taking our Fibonacci retracements, let's draw the line here and here. Okay, so considering our Fibonacci retracement, we can see that at 78.6%, we're expecting the price to reverse to 0.06545. And at 90%, okay, let's say 100%, we're expecting the price to reverse to 0.0416. At 32%, 38.2, we're expecting the price to reverse to 0.0472, which is the nearest point of recovery. And at 50%, we're expecting the price to reverse to 0.05246. So if you are a an intraday trader, you can put your you can buy now and put your take profit at each of these points, each of these levels. You can even create a manual trailing stop loss, okay, which means that as the market is hitting each of these points, you'll be taking your profit. Okay, so this is a very good point to put your 0.0363 is a very good point to place your stop loss. Okay, so that's basically it. Let's see if we can carry out a Fibonacci retracement. Oh, well, I've done Fibonacci retracement. That's cool. So this is the daily chart. Look at the trend line. You can see that we have lower lows. This particular point. See, the market has been declining. It has been a slump. So let's head to a larger time frame, like let's say the weekly chart. So in each week, 7 days forms one candle. Okay, a week has 7 days, right? So 7 days forms one candle. So we can see here that this particular week we had this bullish signal before we had this bearish signal. We had this shooting star. We had a confirmation that the market has been declining. Not much things to talk about here, but let's just carry out our Fibonacci retracement, taking our high point at 2.9476. By the way, it's very important for me to say that I'm an engineer. I'm an electrical electronics engineer, and I majored in communication engineering in my master's program. So that's why I'm very, very conversant with numbers. I'm at home with numbers, with mathematics, precisely. So looking at this chart, we can see that at 61.8%, we're expecting the price to reverse to $1.895. And at 78%, we're expecting the price to reverse to 2.3899. Okay, and at 50%, we're expecting the price to reverse to 1.54. So considering the launch of our 0.5 mainnet, which is imminent and is coming up shortly, we're going to expect a drastic price reversal. That is my prediction, and the prediction of so many other Alephium community members. So investors can take advantage of this current price situation to buy and make some cool cash. New applications can drive price market sentiment. News can drive market sentiment, and I believe the Power 5 minute will be one of them. So lastly, let's look at the monthly chart before we call it a day. The monthly chart consists of what? Consists of the monthly chart consists of just 12 candles because 1 month represents one candle. So you're not going to see much noise here. So let's just pull out our Fibonacci retracement and I take that from here. Okay, so you can see here that looking at this point, 3.8499, approximately 3.85 is our all-time high. Okay, that's our all-time high price. So at 50%, um, we're expecting the price to reverse to 61.8%. We're expecting the price to reverse to 2.99. At 50%, we're expecting the price to reverse to 1.828, approximately 1.83, and at 100%, we're expecting the price to reverse to 3.7854. Like I earlier said, at 78.6%, we're expecting the price to reverse to 2.95. So this is imminent. Definitely, the market is going to test these levels again. Hopefully, when we launch our Power 5 mainnet. So this is a very good time to come in. So if you are trading a monthly chart, you can confidently use a higher lot size. You can decide to make it $5 per pip or $10 per pip based on the equity you have and the leverage you're making use of. I particularly prefer 1:5, or let me say I recommend 1:5 or 1:1. I don't trade anything above that or maximum in 1:10. But to be on the safe side, 1:5 or 1:1 is okay. Okay, so your stop loss should also be considered. The best stop loss here is like I earlier said, 0.003. You can even say 0.025 as a stop loss to be on the safe side. And you can put your take profits at this point, like a 0.618, 0.500. These key levels. You can put your take profits there and expect price, reversals where you take your profits. So let's look at the market sentiment. This is a bearish market. Consider it's hitting all the lower lows. Okay, so the market is in a declining fashion. So that brings an end to this particular video. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to ask any questions if you have any in the comment section. I'll be glad to answer your questions. And also you can head to our Telegram group where we have administrators around the clock. I'll be glad to answer your questions. You can also head to the our X channel or Discord channel to ask your questions and you'll be answered religiously and accordingly. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take care of yourself and happy trading. Bye.